human the gift of life. It's called time. Time can vary from the second the child takes his first breath until his last. We live in a society that will ask you to put out your maximum results in minimum time. One author realized the importance of time to parents and wrote a book called The 1 Minute Bedtime Story. 1 minute. What kind of story could be told in 1 minute? Maybe one that's long enough to explain the extreme busyness that humans go through on a daily basis, due to not knowing how to manage time properly. That's where our society has come to. A world where people choose to replace face-to-face communication to texting and Facebook, where a child replaces his own toys to emojis on his phone, hence to the extreme popularity of social media. Now here's the car of today and here's the car of 100 years ago. Can you see the difference? Big difference, right? Now here's the phone of today and here's the phone of 100 years ago. Again, big difference. But now, here's the classroom of today and here's the classroom of 100 years ago. Can you see a difference? Because I don't. Time has passed, yet nothing had changed. That's why we should think of better ways to improve our society by time. The trick to having successful time management is having goals that work and planning ahead. Let's take an example of Palestine. Palestine has been occupied for about 70 years. But did anything really change? Like, think about it. 70 years is exactly like yesterday. We should think of how to retrieve what we lost rather than sit there wasting time blaming our ancestors and the bad political situation of what happened. Because the generation that let Palestine slip away from their hands are not the same generation that's gonna take it back. Someone said success in life is about talent. But in my personal humble opinion, that statement is not 100% correct. I think success is a multitask element. One of them is talent. As with time, you can learn to do anything, but you really have to put some effort into it. Everyone still has the same number of hours a day as they did in the past years. But we continue to find ways to use time while trying to save it. But here's the thing, you can't save time, but you can find ways to spend it. Thank you.